Happy 4th of July, America. Happy Friday to the rest of us. Hope you guys are doing good. We're gonna have a little bit more fun today. It's hot. I already forgot my drink, so I'll be going to get back and getting that. What we're gonna do today is I did a little bit more cleaning on this, picking them up truck. Do some painting. Thread a little fiberglass in this hole. First to do that, I have some, I put the rust treatment on there. I'm gonna use some of this rust reformer. Squirt it in there and get in the hole. See if I can get it in the back sides. Because that's basically my object stuff with that. This old girl cleans up pretty good. I gave it a bath with Comet. That's what I like to use. It helps pull the oxidized paint, stop off the clear coat, gets the dirt off of it. And do that. Get set up. I'm gonna get me a fan. Might be a little bit noisy, but I'll turn the noise reduction thingy on the camera, on my microphone. Get all lined up. Thank you for stopping back. Of course, we have some new tunes, or we'll see what kind of good selection of stuff we can get going for you today. There's my fiber, Evercoat lightweight. I like that stuff pretty good. And with Duraglass, this I will use the Bondo brand of that. Seems all right. This is USC Duraglass. I probably got it on Walmart because they'll ship stuff to my house. Why would I do something else? All right, I'm gonna get my little drinky poo. See you in just a second. I'm gonna use my little wire wheel. I'm just gonna knock the fur off of this. Just if we did have any rust, it's starting. So I'm gonna spray this rust converter primer crap on there. I want it to seal as good as I can get on there, right? I'll get that. You guys just hang with me. I'll talk with you. But, I'm just going here and knocking any kind of loose junk off. So I want this rust converter stuff to have a good seal. It'll come back. The only way, once a panel starts rusting, it's generally going to keep on rusting. Let's try to keep as much of it at bay as I can. So I have so far got everything clean. Then used we sand it down to get all the big, got as much rust of it out that way. Then went over with the wire wheel. Then we went over to the rust converter stuff. And then we used the other metal primer stuff. And now, I'm going to do this rust reformer stuff. So, it will come back, but, we were doing what we can to slow it down. I still need to get my fan. Of course, I guess with a fan, that's just going to blow the paint all over everywhere. So we're going to forgo the fan. But since this truck is black and this truck is white and the stuff in this can is black, well, I don't want it all over the truck. So I'm going to see what I can gather up to throw on him. Oh, I already know. Alright, party people, how about that? Car cover. And in case the wind blows, my highly technical solution of keeping it from moving, well, it comes with these stake pockets. Well, if you take your fingers, cram in the holes. That's what we're using. I got a couple pieces of newspaper here. Just gonna put a little green tape. You know, I'm not worried about perfection with this kind of stuff. Yeah, well, the guy likes his trucks and he wants to keep it nice, so I try to, you know, help him keep it decent. I'll just slide this up under here. I shouldn't have to go any further with that. See, it's double duty. Holds the paper, right? And we'll do the same for the front. And I'm not putting a whole bunch of paper on these things because, well, I'm going to take it loose and I'm going to walk the same piece of tape on the same piece of paper to the next candidate. Just kind of both the paint and this primer stuff. I'm just going to try to fade one into the other, then clean it up. And I want to find us a towel to put over the tire. That should do what we need. I don't know how hot it is. I'm going to take a break here in a second. Get that fan. Here we have our towel. And I guess for right this second, that is what we need. And also, since we have this stuff taped off, we're going to be doing a little bit of black. I'm also doing a little detail of this thing, so we'll black it out here at the same time. Yeah, killing a whole nest full of birds with the hammer, or something like that. Anyways, back to you in a minute. All right, guys, I'm gonna give you a little time-lapse action. Get the Rust-Oleum Rust Reformer. This is really my favorite flavor of this stuff. Canyon Black Satin. You do the matte, the hot rod, the stuff looks dusty, and then gloss. Unless your surface is perfect, it looks terrible. So I don't really hardly ever like gloss black on anything. So the closest we're going to get is a little semi-gloss. And with that, it's hot. So I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time talking, and I'm sure you guys would rather spend the time watching and rocking. So time of action is happening pronto. Alright guys, it is now fiberglass time. I was going around the truck blacking it out. Apparently the phone does not like being in the sun, or this one does not. I don't like it, but the phone doesn't like it anyway. Here's where we're at now. Lots of fans. I don't know, it's probably 91, 92. I have a neat cage fan stuff. It's real quiet and stuff like that, but you know, this 1960 fan, we're using what we found. We got our fiberglass open. See that separation right there? We're going to stir that up with a stick. That is the resin. And if we haven't, I like the short strand fiberglass. It seems to me to be really strong. I've never had anything come back out. that I've done with it. You know, of course, the metal must rust around it or whatever, but the stuff's pretty good. And you can buy this resin in a can just by itself. If you ever want this stuff to go on really, really smooth, get one of them things of resin, add that to it. Makes it a lot creamier. Anyways, I'm going to get this mixed up and we're going to put a little on the car. Alright guys, what I'm doing here, I have a little bit of this short strand fiberglass. Just going to get it on here. Just start with a little bit. People use cutting boards, they use all kinds of different things, tear off sheets. Me, since I sell stuff on eBay, I have cardboard. So I use cardboard. As far as I found, they have two different colors of hardener. I don't know whether they're any different. If you know, tell me. I've seen for fiberglass they use red. So I think they say it's a quarter for $1, something like that. Let's do a little stripe. This is a spatula. Got it out of an auction box. Just want to get him mixed up. Get a uniform color, and it's kind of hot. The hotter the temperature, the faster this garbage cures. Yeah. Oh hell, we'll use a spatula, right? Get you flipped around here. I'm just gonna stuff this in the hole. And cram them in there. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get it on. Make sure you get it on the tire. All right, we'll get it off later, I guess. We're just getting a little bit more structure with this. Yeah, it's already starting to set up. And just like that, when it's this hot. So obviously, I could have put way less hardener there in that. I wasted a good pile of this. Man, it's already, yeah. But I think as far as that one goes, we got what we needed done. I just wanted to fill the hole. You know, the body filler stuff, it's a lot easier to sand and work with. You know, this fiberglass stuff is just more of the structure. Look at that, it's already dry to the touch. Crazy. All right. Well, let's see if we can go ahead and sand it, right? The quicker we get done, the quicker we get done. All right, guys, I got another little dab on here. We're gonna mix him up. I'm gonna use less of this garbage this time. Man, that set up quick. Get ready. We're just kind of icing the cake, right? I just want a smooth surface for the paint to stick to. We're filling little holes. I'm gonna try to get, I can't move, I gotta move faster than you guys, it's too hot. And get it smooth here on this back fender. Yeah, it's starting to harden. We're doing pretty good, I think. It's already curing. But I guess in that case, you know, that makes the fiberglass down there. Got a little stuck there. What we got to do now is sand it down, right? We'll let this cure, get the phone back here in the shade, and be back with you here when we are. Well, hell, we're still rolling. The next piece of agenda. Little sandy sand. I don't want to listen to a compressor. You don't want to listen to a compressor. So we got this. But you know what? I'm such a nice guy. What I'm going to do for you is I'm going to give you an original song from an original artist. I'm going to put the name of the song and the name of the artist. That's them letters you see every once in a while in the video. Would you do me a favor? Go look for them on the internet. Find them somewhere where you can tell them hello. Tell them you're watching. I'm doing this for me, but I'm also doing it for them. I'm going to give you a little time-lapsed action. We're going to do some sanding. You ready? Mixing stuff up. This I use this Evercoat stuff. I use the blue. And you just it's a good thing we're going to be doing a little bit of body work on Turtle, because this filler is starting to get a little harder. I didn't get the lid put on it all the way, so I mixed it best as I could. It's not chunky or anything, so it should get what we need done. Just come to the edge. Yeah, most of the stuff you sand back off anyways. To get you a nice coating. There, so if I can go through a little bit left here. No, it's already setting up. I tell you, this is bodywork stuff. When you're doing it when it's cold, sometimes it'll take quite a while. The heat like this, it sets up pretty quick. So it also cures pretty quick. So doing this kind of stuff doesn't take nearly as long. And here it is. It's like 2 minutes later since I started to stop the camera last time. But now the stuff is cured enough that I can go ahead and sand it. So what we're going to do while we're sanding, we're going to give you another tune. This side wasn't too bad, so I'm not even going to worry about putting any body filler. I felt that there's a little spot that was there. I just put glass on it using this 2-in-1 fillable and sandable primer. If you have a fan on you, point it away from you while you're painting. Yes, I'm doing this kind of freehand. But basically, I'm trying to keep tension where I'm, putting the paint, going at the edge. I'm going the edge and I'm putting down. So I'm not trying to keep the overspray, off of the body. Because all I'm going for is a, smooth transition. I want to do as little work as possible. And we'll let that set up. We'll come over and see what we got going on this other side. So I guess I'm going to grab my stuff and we'll go out this wheel, get my towel put on there, get a couple cans of paint, I'll sand that. So yeah, so I guess that means you guys are going to get another song. One thing I'm going to do is put a little bit of clear on this wheel, because I don't want to paint the wheels. I cleaned the wheels up a little bit. This will just it'll just give everything a just nice little shine. Yeah, there we go. And with that, I got me a couple cans of paint and stuff. We're gonna do a little time-lapse video on cleaning this corner of this vehicle up.
And we need to throw a little bit of filler in here, so I got a little blat on there. Just a teeny tiny bit of blue in there. It's got a bit of a low spot. Fill in a low spot. Yeah, it's hot like this. This stuff sets up so quick. You gotta keep moving. Or do it in the dark. I think I'll get her.
Just want enough coverage. But you have a little bit on each side of it. Well, you use even pressure when you clean them off. And I made too much. But that's alright. Back here and make sure why this is curing. Yeah, it'll be pretty good. So we'll do that. We'll come over here and we'll get on this back fender here. Do a little sand into that. It's about time for another song, right? And walking back and forth, that was probably actually about 7 minutes of time, whatever. So you know, it happened pretty quick. You gotta move fast when it's hot like this. She got some mud on there, Kieran. Got some there. We got some here. That's probably cured long enough for us to go ahead and sand that. Get me a new fresh piece of sandpaper. I noticed something about this. I got this sandpaper that came with this kit. I think this was it. I think I got it on Walmart or Amazon or something like that. So I wanted another electric sander.
Yeah, it's just noisy. You know, they say that, I don't know. Air compressor. Well, the air compressor takes a less electricity to run the motor, and it probably draws more amps than this little electric sander. And it's pretty quiet. So I'm gonna go through these guys. While I provide you with another tune.
The little baby in a blanket to the window, out to the alley the baby goes. She couldn't tell her parents what she done. She's a bad girl. She's a good girl. Killing everything. In this fucked up world which we're thrown in, there's no relief from anything. The pressure pushing down on my head, crushing me, subliminal direct. I can feel you from here. Your skin smells so sweet, it's sickening like your dead man. Here I can see forevermore. Nevermore shit now. Then forevermore doesn't seem so pure. Can't wrap my head around this. I'm empty. I'm a vessel filled with anything. Anything makes me live. Don't forget me now that I'm gone, far away from here. Is everything open wide? Take a piece in your own time. Take time to release. You're ever gone, never strong. You lie. You won't hurt me anymore. I built my walls up strong, so damn tall. You won't blow through no matter how hard you blow. I can feel you for anything. Can't wrap my head around this. I'm empty. I'm a vessel filled with anything. Anything makes me live. Anything. Lie to yourself. Don't lie to me.
Alright, that was another 7 minutes or whatever. Got that knocked out there, that thing just kicked off. Then notice there's a spot on this tire that's kind of white. I don't know whether he got paint on it or whatever. I don't like it. So I'm gonna do that. You know, but I don't really want to. I don't want it to be shiny, right? So we'll put a little bit of dirt back on it. Anyways, we'll throw a little bit of primer on here. Again, I don't want to get paint any more than where I have to. Just throwing a little bit more paint back there because I can, right? Yeah, because even not spending a bunch of money, anytime you're doing anything, it's worthwhile doing the best you can for it, right? Yeah. I tell you, white, when you're painting something, white is so forgiving. If you have a car that you are just wanting to get done so you can sell, paint it white. Or leave it a matte finish or a satin finish or something like that, because the higher gloss you have, the more it shows every imperfection in it. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and leave that car cover right on there for tonight. So we got our spots primered. We're going to do a little sanding on that. Just get with a little bit of edge there. Get that worked in. You have to hit there. Hand sand this stuff. Won't tell. Oh, we still have to get that guy, don't we? Yeah, we're gonna do that tomorrow. I've had enough of that stuff today. Here we have a couple little pinholes here. So I have some spot primer. We'll throw that in there in the morning. But you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode. Bonsai out.